The following is a production of Learfield Sports.
Safe to say it was a very good home opener for the Wisconsin Badgers on Saturday afternoon as they shut out the Miami Redhawks 58-0, holding Miami to less than 200 yards of offense, while the home team was taking advantage of terrific field position for most of the day. We'll hear from several of the players from the winning locker room. We'll check in with tight ends coach Mickey Turner, a former Badger player, one of many on Paul Chryst coaching staff. Our senior salute this week is Jesse Hayes, outside linebacker, and of course we'll check in with the Badgers head coach. All coming up on today's edition of the Badgers Sports Report.
Stavi in the gun with Dario Gumbawali to the right of the quarterback. Snap to Stavi, back to throw, shoots it to the left, and that is caught by Rob. Wheelwright, touchdown Wisconsin. Stavi to Wheelwright. Left edge of the end zone, and the Badgers are in for the first time today. It's at their own 37. Shotgun snap, Billy Ball throwing, picked off McAvoy, down the left sideline, 30 to the 20 to the 15. McAvoy the 10, and down near the 5-yard line. Steffes in motion right to left, handoff deal straight ahead and into the end zone. Touchdown Wisconsin. Badgers back into the Case IH red zone. Stavi looks to throw, left side end zone. It's caught. Touchdown Wisconsin, and that's Rob Wheelwright again. His second TD catch here in the first half today.
Every day in practice, he's working. He's getting guys to amp up the tempo. And he's just been real great, and it's just great to see him finally feel like he's that guy, and he has a swagger.
I mean, yeah, I feel good with the offense. I feel good with the with the scheme that we got, and then Coach Chryst and the staff, and then I think the guys around are all the guys on the offense are all playing very well. So it makes my job easier when we're all able to trust each other and just play with rhythm.
Under pressure, and down he goes. Back to throw, four-man rush. Left side pass, Erickson wide open at the 50. Left side 40, and it's intercepted. Michael Caputo across the 30. Goodbye, touchdown, Corey Clement.
Paul Chryst is our new head football coach at the University of Wisconsin.
Brought down by Vince Beagle. That's a sack.
The Badger Sports Report with Paul Chryst is brought to you by Charter Communications, by the Dairy Farm Families of Wisconsin, the Wisconsin Milk Marketing Board, by Hyundai, by Hy-Vee, Blaine's Farm and Fleet, Quick Trip, Toyota, by Adidas, Pick and Save, by Zimbrick European, and by UW Health, a cornerstone partner of Wisconsin athletics.
I came in not even planning to get a Mercedes, just hoping to get some information on some other vehicles. It ended up being the best financial decision to go with a Mercedes and go with the lease program that they offered at the time. It was a very safe car, a beautiful car. I could afford it comfortably, and I was pretty excited to get behind the wheel of a Mercedes. I had no idea how nice driving a car could be.
Find out just how affordable driving a Mercedes-Benz can be at Zimbrick European. Test drive at Rimrock Road, Madison.
At Quick Trip, we get to know our neighbors. It's nice, making sure you always have fresh buns from our bakery, a gallon of milk from our dairy, maybe even a pizza from our kitchen. We all deserve a treat now and then, and goodness knows you deserve to be treated well. It's what we Midwesterners do.
Right now, pick up a gallon jug of Nature's Touch 1%, 2% or skim milk for just $2.19, or 2 half-gallon bags for $1.98, right here at Quick Trip.
See you next time.
Wisconsin cheese, making good food great.
Car paint that gets developing nations on the grid. Working together, our discoveries are greater. Boundless together. subatomic particles that hold the universe's biggest secrets? Working together, our discoveries are greater. Boundless together.
First and 10. Here's the handoff to Ogunbowale. Room to the right to the 30, 25-20. Ogunbowale to the 10, to the 5. Touchdown, Wisconsin. Dare Ogunbowale.
Good home opener for the Badgers as they shut out the Miami Redhawks from the Mid-American Conference 58-0. Now a 1-1 record for the Badgers, joined by head coach Paul Chryst. Paul, as we mentioned in the radio interview after the game, it might have been easy. It was a tough game last week against Alabama, and then some early opportunities, drives don't get into the end zone.
Right.
Teams could let that get to them. You guys didn't allow that to happen. Pretty encouraging there, isn't it?
Yeah, that is the good part of something that you don't want. And I thought, we had opportunities early and didn't take advantage of it, and yet guys kept coming. And I think that, offensively, we were aided by a lot of really good field position, special teams, and defensively, I thought they put it together, and yeah, they did. They kind of kept their poise. I think the same could be said with the running game. We didn't do a great job of consistently running the football, but in the third quarter, I thought we did a better job of that. And so, it's a group where we just got to keep growing, and we got to keep working to get better. And there's certainly areas we can improve on, and that's what we got to do this coming week.
Certainly it's some young guys, inexperienced guys in the offensive line. Didn't have Corey Clement. Fair to say you're still learning about Dario Ogunbowale, still learning about Taiwan Deal. I mean, Taiwan, redshirt freshman, Dario hasn't played a lot of running back, so still a learning process for you about those guys.
It is, and that's what one of the things I love about Dario is he is kind of that smart, tough, dependable. Seems like he's had plays with more experience when we're around him. He gets football, and yet you have to remind yourself he is young at the position, and Taiwan's young. This is his second collegiate game, and so the opportunities that they had today, I think, are going to benefit them greatly. And I thought they both did some good things, and then there's going to be, I think, when we throw on the tape and see, you got to stay with my read or got off it too soon, whatever that may be. I think they can continue to get much better.
Surely one of the storylines here is the versatility of Tanner McEvoy. Actually took a snap at quarterback, ran for a couple yards. Receiver, safety, makes for a lot on the guy's plate. Seemed like he held up okay, though?
He did, and I think, he came to me a couple times, and I'm good. Feeling good, and I think today's a beautiful day. It wasn't one of those really hot home openers, so I think that helped him. But I think as we, as coaches, and as Tanner continues to go through it, we'll be able to gauge how many snaps he can do. I thought he helped us certainly on defense. I thought he gave us some plays on offense. I think he can give us more plays actually on offense. And so whatever he can do, I think we're going to learn throughout the process. But I loved how he worked during the week, and he did do that. And so he was geared up for it. He can give our team a lot of help in a lot of different ways.
Talked about the relationship between Joel Stavi and Alex Erickson. People know about that. Rob Wheelwright, you've talked about him for a while, somebody who's growing, and to see Austin Traylor get into the end zone. He's starting, it seems to me, just talking to him during the week, he's starting to really feel it now. He gets it going back to the spring. It seems like things are starting to fall into place for him.
And that's what I'm hoping. I think both of them, had confidence in themselves, but they needed a little bit of push to get themselves to where they're playing at that consistent level. And it was great to see Austin. Joel, I think, got to him a little bit late in his progression, but Austin did a nice job of bodying it, and the same can be said with Rob. And I thought Rob will continue to get better. He needs to just trust himself, and I think when he's in an attack mode, he's so much better. And so it was fun to see that. And I think those two can be really important for our offense, and we need them to keep growing.
Let's switch to the defense here. You're able to keep Miami off the board. Now clearly they're in a rebuild themselves. Right. They have some young guys. But what impressed you the most about how your defense went about its business on Saturday?
I thought the one thing I liked is, they took care of it. I thought we were gap sound. And then, takeaways don't just happen. And I thought there was a couple balls that, we're up in the air, but they went after them and they got them. And I liked it when we were, Miami put a couple plays together, and there was opportunities for them to kind of be tested, and they bowed up on that. And certainly, I enjoy being around watching Vince and Joe Shobes play. I mean, they make plays, and it was great having Mike back. You know, he adds so much to just the personality, I think, of our defense, of our team. And so that was good. And at the end, you know, guys getting significant snaps. And you know what? They're meaningful to a lot of people except for those players. And, you know, I was standing on the sidelines next to Derek Watt and watching TJ get them. And Ryan Conley, I thought, made a play. And he's been doing some things on special teams. So that was good to see.
It was. And you say guys like that, you don't give them scholarships, they earn it. And people got to see that with Ryan, with Conley. Neville as well.
Yeah, when you said that right there,
he
had a couple like that, and it was good. Billy Hirschfield came in, and if they can take that and it gives them some juice for the week, whatever that may be, but there's nothing like true game experience. And we were able to get more guys at, and that was helpful.
All right, Badgers a 58-0 winner against the Miami Redhawks. The homestand, if you will, continues on Saturday. Badgers right back here at Camp Randall Stadium for a 2:30 kickoff against Troy. The Trojans, by the way, out of the Sun Belt Conference. Coach Chryst returns in a few minutes with this week's Great Dane Great Question of the Week as the Badgers Sports Report continues.
You know, we're just trying to, you know, stay ahead of the chains. And so when you get those opportunities to throw on, you know, an early down, on first down, second down, you know, I think we've been able to do a good job of, you know, taking advantage of those situations and staying ahead of the chains in that way. You know, I think there's a lot that goes into the running game and the passing game to keep them, you know, to keep them both balanced. So, you know, I think it's just something that we're going to keep working on.
Don't want to take any wins for granted. It's hard to win any college game. And we just got back to what we needed to do. We focused on ourselves, and we improved this week, and we just got to keep building on the things we can build on.
Every home game is huge for us, and, you know, the season opener is always the most exciting one of the year, especially being Coach Chryst' first game. You know, we want to give him that victory and give the fans a victory, and, you know, we did that today, so it feels pretty good.
Me and Taiwan knew going into the game we'd have a bigger role with Corey being out. So we tried to make sure we took advantage of that. I think Taiwan did a great job, especially in the short yardage package that we have for him. So it was definitely fun being out there in front of the fans and being able to get a big win like that.
We were communicating fine. There's a lot of TV timeouts and stuff, and you can really catch your breath. I mean, I'm more winded during practice than the games, it feels like. So as the season goes on, we'll feel it out.
You kind of got a chip on your shoulder after that loss last week, and you know, took that to heart, watched film, and make sure we made our corrections, and I think you saw that today.
We knew that they wanted to go down the field, so we took advantage of that in the back end. And the front, you know, the best pass coverage is the pressure on the quarterback, you know, so they got after him a little bit and forced some throws, and, you know, it was a good day.
It's always fun when you play as a whole unit and you're able to do the things you want on defense, and especially when there's a pace offense and you don't let them get into rhythm and drive down the field all the time. You can get them in 3 plays, get them off the field. It's always fun when that happens.
Without question, it's a confidence builder. From a defense standpoint, we cleaned up a lot of mental errors, which was the biggest thing, you know, approaching this weekend. It's going to be just, you know, me and Joe Schober were out by the mid-third quarter, so for those second, third stringers, not just on outside linebackers, but the whole offense, defense, to get that confidence, I think it's really going to pay off later down the road.
I'm Carl Rick with Quick Trip, and my family, along with our nearly 15,000 coworkers, would like to salute the brave men and women who defend our country every day. This season, Quick Trip will match your contributions up to $50,000 to Camp Hometown Heroes, which benefits the children of our fallen military members.
That's a potential of $100,000 to support the children of those that paid the ultimate price for our freedom.
This camp provides me with an opportunity to understand that it's okay to grieve.
Visit hometownheroes.org to donate today.
On Wisconsin.
Go. Just like that. He's going to try and figure out what's going on. He's thinking run, he'll play action.
Edwards takes the snap. Play fake, back to throw, looking, flips it right side, wide open. Turner got it, and he is in. Touchdown, Wisconsin.
Humbling, I would say, you know, because I have so much respect for this place. From being here as a player to be in this position is kind of an honor, but also you feel the weight on your shoulders and you want to live up to it. And, you know, I think that's across the board. Anyone that knows about this place, and that's from the head man down, has so much respect for it that you're not gonna take a day off. You're not gonna, you know, relax too much because you want to live up to everything. Probably look around and you're like, I remember him from a few years ago. I remember watching him in a helmet. I think that just adds to the sense of pride you have, but also the understanding. You know, to be able to come back, and a lot of the administrative staff is still here. There's some players that, you know, some of these guys even recruited. I remember watching them come in. You know, I come back to watch a game and see it. So there's definitely a familiarity and Coach Alvarez obviously kind of builds that from an umbrella perspective, but it's neat for us. You know, you see faces and you're like, hey, how's so-and-so? And you know, I haven't seen him in years, but you feel like you just saw him the other day. Anytime you have success as a program, and you were a part of that program, obviously you want to go back and be a part of it. I think this place is that times 10. You know, and all of my friends that I'm still close with from playing days and just going to school here immediately, you know, hit me on the phone or send me a text or a message just saying, hey man, it's awesome you're back, you know, we'll be at every game, something like that. So there's definitely a lot of people that support this program and have a lot of love for it. As a college student, you learn to love Madison, the campus, you know, and you have a familiarity with the Capitol a little bit, and you might get to West Town Mall once or twice. But now as a young professional, you have a family, you're living out in the suburbs, you're living in, you know, some downtown apartment, whatever it is, you have to learn the rest of Madison. But it's been neat that way because now I'm seeing places that I'm not used to, and you still feel that community support. So to know that, yeah, it just keeps branching out has been fun.
He's been great helping me as a coach. Obviously, he's been a tight end who played in Coach Chryst offense under Coach Rudolph. He knows the way. He actually was like part of my recruiting process when I was getting recruited here originally. So that's like, it's a full turnaround. But I've been nothing but a joy. He's a good back and forth coach. He helps coaches to the detail. He's very, he critiques us great on everything, and I feel like it helps us just as a position group.
You know what? I think his offense is as broad as it needs to be to go out and win games. And in the past, we've had tight ends that were able to help us do that. And so we'd like to continue that, especially from my point of view. But I tell those guys every day, you have to go and earn it. So it's whoever goes out there and proves they can help the team and make plays and help us win games. And so I think my guys have that understanding and are going out after it. But, you know, the whole team's competing, so it makes it interesting.
Most people don't know that UW Health and the University of Wisconsin are national leaders in the field of kidney transplant. They provide new life for those who will likely die without a transplant, and they assure a normal life for those who donate. I would know. I donated a kidney, and together, we saved a life.
UW Health. Remarkable.
Throw in Bucky and you got yourself a deal.
Okay. Go check out your new Hyundai. I'll be with you in just a minute. On Wisconsin.
Here's to the tailgateaholics, the connoisseurs of cheese, the block party planners, and the unsuccessful ice fishermen. We tip our cheese-shaped hats made of foam to you, because you are true Wisconsinites. And Pick and Save is proud to be the place you go to save on thousands of grocery items every day. After all, we're from Wisconsin too, don't you know? Pick and Save, where Wisconsin saves on groceries.
Game night. That magical weekly gathering where lands are conquered. And you get trapped in the dungeon that is your bedroom. But you've got blazing fast Spectrum internet. So Kevin and his friends have enough bandwidth to play together. And you have enough left over to find a new apartment. Get 60 megabits of dragon-slaying speed with Spectrum internet. Where will it take you?
This Senior Salute is brought to you by Hyundai.
Last year, you know, you'd always say, well, I got one more year to do this. And now it's like literally every practice is numbered and you're just sitting there like, man, that practice is literally done. It's gone. So try to come out, try to have fun because it's not gonna last forever. I always kind of try to compare it to being like a preacher's son. Like you always kind of have that more pressure, but really like at the end of the day, I just like to think of him as my dad because, you know, he's doing football all day, I'm doing football all day, and the last thing we're trying to talk about is more football at the end of the day. So, but I mean, can I run to him and ask him on a stunt or my footwork or my hands, of course, but try to keep it family first. And when I thought of Wisconsin, I thought of farmlands and cows and cheese, and that didn't sound appealing. And my dad told me, he's like, listen, I've been up there, and it's something you have to go see for yourself before you just write it off. And I did. I came up, and it changed my mind completely.
After this play, on second down, a play fake. Trent Norvell, pocket is tight, and the ball's knocked loose inside the 35-yard line. Boy, that pocket collapsed in a hurry, and the Badgers recover. Jesse Hayes knocked it loose.
Coming in the locker room, those guys are always there. They've always been there. They're the guys I came in with, and you grow that strong bond that just only gets stronger and stronger as the days go on. And man, I'd say even when you're having a bad day, you don't want to come in, and as soon as you come in, the first guy says what's up, and it's like, man, these are all my friends. Where else am I going to be? You're just so in the moment, and you don't really think of the people before you a lot, or the people that are even going to come after you. You just kind of focus on the team that you have right here. So I like to think of the legacy I hope that I leave on some of the younger guys and the things I teach them.
Throw in Bucky and you got yourself the deal.
Okay. Go check out your new Hyundai. I'll be with you in just a minute. Oh, Wisconsin.
To some of us, home improvement isn't a chore. It's a privilege and a satisfying part of owning your own home. The tools and supplies you choose need to be able to deliver the same quality that you demand of the work you do. At Blaine's Farm and Fleet, we understand, and we want to help you achieve the best job possible. For your next home repair or home improvement project, we'd like to help you make your life better with genuine value. From Blaine's Farm and Fleet.
I am a helpful smile.
I am a helpful smile.
I
am
a helpful smile.
I am a helpful smile.
I am a helpful smile.
I've been a helpful smile for 6 years.
15 years.
25 years.
I've been a helpful smile for 39 years.
I am a helpful smile.
I am Hy-Vee.
In order to perform procedures others cannot perform, we sometimes need to look where others cannot look. To see what others cannot see, which is exactly why the American Family Children's Hospital created the most technologically advanced imaging pavilion in the country. You see, better imaging for our pediatric specialists means better outcomes for our patients. Just ask Madison. UW Health. Remarkable.
The Badger Sports Report with Paul Chryst is brought to you by Charter Communications, by the Dairy Farm Families of Wisconsin, the Wisconsin Milk Marketing Board, by Hyundai, by Hy-Vee, Blaine's Farm and Fleet, Quick Trip, Toyota, by Adidas, Pick and Save, by Zimbrick European, and by UW Health, a cornerstone partner of Wisconsin athletics.
Time now for this week's Great Day and Great Question of the Week. And Pete from Janesville checks in, wants to know, Coach, do you get a chance to talk with coaches of other sports on campus? And if so, what do you learn from them?
I think that's one of the things I enjoy most about being here at Wisconsin. We're around other coaches a lot, and certainly there's a lot said about, people know of our relationship with Bo, and Mark Johnson came and spoke to our team. I thought that was wonderful for our guys to hear. You know, I see Kelly, our teams have the same training table, and you talk about a good coach, and you know there's stuff you can gain. Ed Nuttingholm was one when I was assistant, spent a ton of time trying to pick his brain. You know, each game I get a little message from Mick Byrne, and I appreciate that. And you also know that you're all in it for the same goal. Everyone wants the same thing, but there are some great coaches here, And that's one of the things in the offseason I'm looking to doing more, because you're so busy this first offseason. But I think being on this campus, this university, with the coaches we have, I'd be crazy not to try to take advantage of that.
I think it's safe to say you are a sports fan. Obviously, your free time is pretty much non-existent at the football scene, but you like to watch hockey. You like to watch other sports, and maybe just, you know, to learn some things, but just for the enjoyment of it too, right?
Yeah, you love being a fan, and then when you get anytime you get a look inside, behind the scenes, and that was one. I like it when our players get to know the other coaches. If you ask Scott Tolzien, quarterback we had, one of his favorite moments is when Barry Davis, our wrestling coach, came in and gave him some words of wisdom. And if you know Barry, you can hold on to those nuggets. But it's, you know, I think for our players to get to know the other coaches, the other athletes, that's important. We're part of something bigger, and that's the University of Wisconsin. There are so many talented, smart people that we can absolutely learn from.
All right, Pete, thanks a lot for your question. The Great Dane with 4 locations in Madison, east side of town, downtown, Fitchburg, as well as Hilldale. Hilldale's the site for Coach Chryst radio show each Thursday night during the season at 6 o'clock. And, of course, there's that Great Dane up in Wausau as well. Badgers back home on Saturday, taking on the Troy Trojans out of the Sun Belt Conference. Kickoff set for 2 o'clock this Saturday afternoon. That'll do it for this week. Join us next week for another edition of the Badgers Sports Report. Thanks for watching.
Game night. That magical weekly gathering where lands are conquered. And you get trapped in the dungeon that is your bedroom. But you've got blazing fast Spectrum internet. So Kevin and his friends have enough bandwidth to play together. And you have enough left over to find a new apartment. Get 60 megabits of dragon-slaying speed with Spectrum internet. Where will it take you?
I came in not even planning to get a Mercedes, just hoping to get some information on some other vehicles. It ended up being the best financial decision to go with a Mercedes and go with the lease program that they offered at the time. It was a very safe car, a beautiful car. I could afford it comfortably, and I was pretty excited to get behind the wheel of a Mercedes. I had no idea how nice driving a car could be.
Find out just how affordable driving a Mercedes-Benz can be at Zimbrick European. Test drive at Rimrock Road, Madison.
At Pick and Save, you'll find a little bit of Wisconsin in every aisle. We're proud to provide hundreds of local products from all across the state, all at everyday low prices. Because as lifelong Wisconsinites, we love this great state just as much as you do. Believe you me. Pick and Save, where Wisconsin saves on groceries.